Hey everybody, Random doing a somewhat review. Well, it's not really a full review because I haven't completed the game yet, but this is kind of like a one day later impressions, what do I think so far video kind of thing. I haven't got a title for this yet, so we'll just call it that for now. For those of you who took part in that video I made either saying Mortal Kombat LA Noire, if you can guess by the title, I chose LA Noire. Now, what do I think of it so far? What are my thoughts regarding the game after a day? Mostly positive. I'm really enjoying the game. I figured I'd get the complaints out the way first, and then we can get to the good stuff. Now, one thing I noticed with this game, it's very cutscene heavy. I mean, my god. How many cutscenes does this game need? Now, to be fair, it's not as bad as like GTA 4's like hour-long introduction. That intro was so long. When it got to the point where I could play as the character for the first time, I was like, oh, I can play as him now? Shit. The intro to this game wasn't that long. It does what it needs to. It has that great sort of film noir opening introduction with the music. It was great. Some of the cutscenes in this game, you pick up a newspaper and then you're dragged into this like 10 to 20 minute cutscene. It's just like, is that necessary? I know why it's there. It's here to set up the story, the backstory, character development, and all that. I get why they're there. But if you took out all the cutscenes, this wouldn't be a really long game, in all honesty. But, for what they're worth, they do set up the story well, but it feels like this game's trying to be a movie rather than a video game. That's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. What else? I think the game suffers from a really bad case of repetitiveness. It does get very repetitive after a while. Some of the cases are different. They have similar ways of doing things. But I think the repetitiveness comes in like the side missions, the things that you are dispatch or whatever it's called. And you arrive at one of these crime scenes or these scenes, I forget what they're called. And they're usually like 3 different scenarios. They're either A, there's a gang robbing a bank, and you have to shoot out with them, or sometimes it's not a bank, it's just them shooting up in an area. So it's either a bank or an area. So you just shoot them up and it's done. B, it's something like that, but you have to chase after them and pin them to the ground and they're done. Or it's C, you have to chase after them and then they grab a hostage and you gotta shoot them in the head while avoiding shooting the hostage. When that one came out for the 3rd time, it's like, wait, I've done this already. Now I know people are gonna say that, well, this happened a lot in Spider-Man 2, that got very repetitive. Yeah, but there were more things than 3 of them. There was the get the guy to the hospital, stop the guy from falling, rescue people from the sinking ship, the pizza mission, the kid's balloon. God, I hated that one. The ambush, the robots, the bank. Did I say the bank robbery? Stopping the angry car, stopping the heist, invading gang territory, and there's more. There was more variety than just the 3 I listed. Oh, what else can I complain about before we get to the good stuff? Because the good stuff's coming. I just wanted to see if there's everything I can complain about. I'm saying this now, but maybe it'll be important later, but I'm not sure if 3 discs were necessary for this game. Again, I say this now, but maybe, maybe it is worth 3 discs. Right, now onto the good stuff. The whole crime-solving thing, I really am enjoying that, because when I first jumped into the game, they give you the instructions how to play, I looked at the screen, I was like, oh great, here we go, another GTA clone. But then as you start playing it, when I got to the first crime scene, the similarity between GTA just stopped there. Stops at that first crime scene. You're not some gang or a street punk trying to take over a city. You're playing as the good guys for a change, and that's kind of admirable. It was starting to get a little bit old playing as a gang member or a crime boss trying to take over a place, but you're trying to play as the police, who's a competent police officer as well. That was a lot of fun. But it does. Sorry, this is a little nitpick. A lot of the crime scenes can be solved by just walking around until your controller vibrates and just press A. I know it's trying to emulate the whole point-and-click adventure style or stuff you see in Phoenix Wright. Doesn't really translate into the 3D third person that well, but, for a first attempt, it's not bad by Rockstar. I have to commend them for it. Everyone's talking about that new facial animation technology. Me and my brother were staring at it, and yeah, it's very photorealistic. The mouth movements work. Try again. They work those mouth muscles. The mouth muscles move very well. They're very well animated. The whole motion capture thing, it works. Yeah. I really don't see the point, but I guess this is, bold, brave, new technology, so we're all going to embrace it. Hooray. One thing, though, I do find is you do find a lot of repetition in some of the character designs. I mean, for the females, for example, it's like they hired several different guys to play these characters, sorry. I've just woken up, do forgive me. But with the females, it's like they hired 2 women and then they just reuse their faces over and over and over again. Because I keep seeing the same faces popping up, and it's like, wow, really? Oh, okay. The shootout bits are fun, but they don't overuse it. That's kind of cool because... And sometimes in a lot of these games, you get too much of something and it does begin to tire out and outstay its welcome. So you get the shooting elements when the game needs to do it, because it's mainly a detective murder mystery game and it has the added feature or added bonus of, shooting. So that's cool. So that's a good thing I can commend about it. My favourite case so far. Let me think. I've already played... so far, I've only gone as far as the one called The Lipstick Murderer. For those of you who probably played the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I've done all the cases before that one. I turned it off last night. I've been playing it for 4 or 5 hours, and oh my god. So I was like, no, I'm going to stop here. So, yes, that's my first thoughts of LA Noire. I really like it. I think I'm going to keep a hold of this, because what I was thinking of doing was playing it to the end, and then selling it for Duke Nukem Forever. But I think I'm going to hold on to it, because I'm really enjoying it. I love film noir. I love that artsy style they use for it and the storytelling. I mean, the mob and cops and gangsters, I like it. So what I'll do is I might trade something else and get Duke Nukem, because I can imagine I'll be playing this again some point down the road. People say the game has no replay value, but I wouldn't mind replaying this again. It's a lot of fun. That's all I got to say about it. If you have an opinion about LA Noire, leave a comment down there, and if you got any other games you can recommend to me, then hit me up.
Fatality.